Alrighty, so I had to splice this video because I butchered it, and I apologize, y'all. Um, this is the deck list. This is the goo you guys want to see. Let's talk about the floodgates first. I run 3 floodgates. The first floodgate, General Raiho. When your opponent activates an effect that resolves on the field, not the graveyard, on the field, they must discard a card or the effect is negated. So now you're ripping cards out of their hand. This is your Inspector, not Inspector Gadget, Omega, whatever it is, the Omega card. It's basically your Omega. They're just ripping cards, ripping cards. This is your Levineer, right? You're ripping cards. Perfect, solid card. The second floodgate, Warlock of the Ice Barrier. Now this card basically protects you from the Regekis, from the field spell from Tenpai, protects you from the field the trap, the spell card from Tenpai. Like it does a lot. Basically, your opponent must set spells. I'm sorry, both players must set spells before they can be activated. So it's basically a fragrance on wheels. Now, obviously, it can be negated with infinite impermanence. That's still a thing. No biggie. Whatever. But what you gonna pick? If you're gonna waste an imperm on this and this, you gotta pick. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of recursion, a lot of built-in muscle into this thing. The ratio of Georgius I like running is at 2. Again, he has 2 effects. If you own an Ice Barrier, if you control an Ice Barrier, you can special summon him from the hand. And when he is special summoned or normal summoned, you can special summon a level 5 or lower Ice Barrier from your hand or graveyard. This is basically, if you have the right pieces in the graveyard or in hand, this is an instant rank 10. Jumps you right into Lancea. Or it can just be used on your opponent's turn to just grab a floodgate. The floodgate would be Warlock if Warlock is in the graveyard. Hexa gets that in there. Hexa effect. If you have the gas, you can use Hexa's effect to put this in the graveyard, and then Georgius just becomes even more deadlier on your opponent's turn when you special summon him. So that's that thing there. Speaker, I already spoke on Speaker. Also he has a second effect. He's Abyss Dweller. I forgot to mention that. I don't know why that's like the most important thing right here. While you control another Ice Barrier monster, your opponent cannot activate monster effects in their graveyard. So this against you, Bell, they try to do some shenanigans. They send their monsters to the graveyard. Well, can't activate it. Oh well, brand it. They send Sarner to the graveyard to try to grab. Well, you can't do anything. Like it. I didn't realize how many cards trigger in the graveyard. Fire King the same way. Fire King try to do some magic in the graveyard, or they try to send something. Well, okay, you go ahead and send. Is it Kieran, the green one? Send Kieran to the graveyard. Can't summon him, and then because you special summoned, I get to use. I'm saving the boss monster for last, but there's a lot of nuances in this deck that's pretty awesome, pretty dope. This guy right here, or Speaker, 2 effects as well. No floodgate. So basically we got floodgate. Those are the floodgates. The normal people, kinda. This card can be special summoned if you have a Bestial. I mean, Bestial. I'm old school. This card can be special summoned if you have an Ice Barrier on the field, which is awesome. This deck needed this. I mean, obviously this card's been out for a while, but it's that extension, that combo. You love to see it. But then when this card is in the graveyard, you can banish it, and you can also think about it. You can think about it. I'm saying banish, right? What else card loves to banish? Cheng Ying, right? So on your opponent's, on your follow-up turn, or you're going second, if you can get Cheng Ying on the field and use this as effect, you're ripping 2 cards, or you're banishing 2 cards of your opponent. That's stopping Horus field spell. I mean, Horus's effect, or the King Sarcophagus. There's a lot of different utilities right here. So the deck kind of cohesively works together. Pretty amazing. Revealer already spoke on. It's basically the normal summon. You can't special summon this card. You normal summon it. You discard a card, and you get to search a tuner. And now, there's only, you saw the tuners you can grab. You can grab Georgius off this action. You can grab Georgius, which is a floodgate. So it's instant Floodgate. If you want to do that, you can grab Hexa, which combo extender, or you can grab Mirror Magic. Mirror Magic is the bones of the bones of the deck. So she's pretty dope. And then also Floodgate. You can't tribute monsters. Your opponent can't tribute monsters. So normal summon that just basically says flu you cannot play is insane. Mirror Magic, again, I showed you guys how I can special summon 3 tokens and it increases its level. Which, again, you're locked in the water, though. I looked it up. There's only like 12 water synchro cards, which is like a tragedy. I'm just getting off work, by the way, so I'm just kind of throwing that in there. This card has 2 effects. Decreases your opponent's attack and defense of all their monsters by 500. It comes up. It protects Warlock in some cases. But it also a target. People see a $400 body, a 400 body, they want to go for it, which is what you want. Okay, go kill this, leave Warlock alone. You know what I mean? You still can't use your spell and traps. You feel me? This is the Ice Jade part. Basically, you search as an Ice Jade. You basically, I'm running 5 copies of this card to give me an instant rank 10. Medallion of the Ice Barrier. Not once per turn, by the way. Adds any Ice Barrier from your deck to your hand. So this is a starter. This is a starter. This is a starter. What else? Some cases this could be a starter. So we're at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 starters right here. It's a decent number, right? We'd like to have more abilities to search it, but it is what it is. This is your Monster Reborn for level 4 and lower Ice Barriers, or another word of using it. What's the one dragon card we used to have? Chalice, the stone, whatever that brings a dragon from the graveyard. Basically, this continue to fill spell, and the second effect basically says that they're unaffected by your opponent's special summon monsters. So actually, this makes if you get this on the field, this actually makes all your Ice Barriers Nibiru proof. So they special summon Nibiru and they don't tribute, which is hilarious. Winds of the Ice Barrier. I don't use this card as much. This card is great follow-up if you just completely stopped. If you're summoning monsters and you have this in your hand, you could basically say, okay, I'm going to activate Winds of the Barrier, change these change these Ice Barriers I have on the field into some useful ones or some combo extenders and keep my combo going. So it's needed, but it rarely comes up. So it's this is Ice Barrier, right? With the whole archetypes based around. Not really. It's a battle trap. Permanently negates the opponent's monster, drops his attack to 0. People still punch over monsters if they can't get over them. They have to fight. So, and then the second effect, basically, you send this. It goes to the grave. You banish this card, and you get to add a level 5 or higher water monster. So basically, if you are able to pitch this card, you can grab your, like I say, your Ice Jade right here to further extend. You can grab your Georgius if you need be to special summon something on the field. You can grab General Wayne, special summon him. Keep moving. You can even grab a kaiju. Like it's very a searchable kaiju is insane. And then the rest is basically just the floodgates. I mean, not the floodgates, the hand traps. We're at 13 right now. And I'm still hoping we get some more fire or some more water support, because I feel like it's like maybe an extra deck monster. Because I would love for the Ice Barrier monsters to have quick effects, which I like. Why isn't this a quick effects? Why can't I just like discard a card from my hand and then bounce a card on my opponent's turn? I mean, obviously it'd be pretty busted, but still, like, that makes this card a threat. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's it. Moving along, we've got Trishula. You basically never really summon this card. It's not impossible to summon, but you really only use this effect with Lancea. And basically how this reads is you banish 3. It's non-targeting. Non-targeting, banish 3 monsters your opponent controls. Or 3 cards. So basically, they out Lancea, middle combo, whatever, battle phase, whatever, they're trying to kill you. They out Lancea. You activate Lancea's effect in the graveyard. If they don't stop it, I'm bringing out Trishula Zero Dragon, and I'm just like 1, 2, 3, gone. in battle phase. You know what I mean? It's like, what can you do? And hilarious with when it does come up. And then the follow up Trishula Dragon. This one comes up basically they out you early. If they out you early on and they don't have anything much on the field, you activate this Trishula effect and you basically banish a card from their graveyard. Like Super Poly. Like I get Super Poly a lot. People think you can stop this deck with Super Poly. Please don't Super Poly this deck. Please don't Super Poly. If you do, don't Super Poly Lancea because you're gonna neck yourself so much. Because think about it, Super Poly, you discard a card from your hand, right? So that's 2 cards right there. Okay, you special summon a monster. Okay, you have 3 cards still left. Well, you have 4 cards left in your hand, right? If you still got the sauce coming on, you got 4 cards left in your hand. I activate Trishula. I'm banishing your Muddy Mud Dragon or Muddy Mud. I'm banishing your Mud Dragon. I'm ripping a card from your hand. So now you have 3 cards starting, and I still got gas. Like you saw, I drew all hand traps. I still got you got 3 cards in your hand. Now, whatever you had going in your graveyard is gone, and now you're trying to break my board with 3 cards. It ain't happening. And then once you special summon, here comes General Raiho. So now I'm ripping more cards out of your hand. You don't lose when you get Super Poly. In fact, I welcome Super Polys, but don't ever side Super Poly against this deck. It's not worth your time. You won't win. I'll say that statement. You won't win. You simply will not win. All right, and then let's talk about the boss monster, right? So the boss monster, the new one, Lancea. Once per chain, if your opponent special summons a monster, I've been dodging this for the whole video, right? You can special summon one Ice Barrier monster from your hand, deck, extra deck, graveyard. Everywhere besides the banish. Special summoned anywhere. So they can even out one of your floodgates. You can bring them right back. You know what I mean? Then you can change. Basically, once the monster gets special summoned, you can then change whatever they special summon to defensive mode. So, okay, you think you're gonna out my Warlock? Well, now you can't. Now you guys special summon something else to stop me, and then you special something else. I'm ripping the card out of your hand because I got Raiho as well. So it's good. It's good. It's good. It's juicy. What else were we at? You can only use the effect of Lancea of Ice Bear twice per turn, so it's only twice. That's why I said Georgius kind of comes in handy. If you have the other Floodgate in the graveyard, you could just like make the twice per turn 3 times per turn. So it's insane. If this card is faced up Synchro Summon, Control leaves the field, you could special summon Ice Barrier card, Synchro. So basically, yeah, if this card gets sent from the field, destroyed, banished, anything besides getting flipped face down from Kashtira. I'm special summoning one of these cards to interrupt your day even more, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. Chain Yi's already been self-explanatory. This is already there. We know this. I showed you guys this combo. This is your +5. This card basically lets you discard cards. This isn't like meta, right? This is just something I'm playing around with. But this is the other card we were talking about in the Discord that we believe might just revolutionize this whole meta when it comes to the water deck, especially with this new water support coming out. All face-up monsters in the field become water. This is not once per turn. Read the next effect. During the main phase, quick effect, you can destroy one water monster opponent controls. Oh wait, all their monsters are water. And you inflict damage after their attack. So then a lot of times they like to force a battle phase. Go battle phase to destroy it. Okay. Boom, boom. I come back as the spawn. You out the spawn. I come back as the Kraken and I pop another card in your field. Now this included with the new water support cards. Like, oh my God. Like, we on to something right here. You know what I mean? This might really... I can see this deck being tier 1. Feel me, guys. I know this is deck going kind of long. I apologize. I'm going to wrap it up right here. We know what this card does. We know what SP does. And then the Baha Mashark Toad combo. This is TCG exclusive. Master Duel will probably rock more of these, to be honest. And Baron. I don't know if we can summon Baron with this deck. I don't know. But this video's going way too long. I apologize for that. Long form video. Hope I explained everything. If not, leave something in the comments for me. Let me know. I say I'm rocking with this deck right now. I'm never like playing the popular deck. You know what I mean? And I feel like this deck is that sleeper deck that could bust some heads. But yeah, without further ado, I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.